A line in the sand for domestic violence.
Yeah, for the first time in WA, a crisis summit was held to fix the scourge of violence against women in our state. Women's safety advocates, the state government and WA police all took part, with Premier Roger Cook addressing the gathering, which happened behind closed doors. The summit follows a shocking spate of violence that has resulted in the deaths of WA women: Lynn Cannon, Georgia Lyle, Tiffany Woodley, Vitarina Bruce, Emmerich Lasaka. It's important to hear those names and remember these were mothers, daughters, members of our community, their lives taken too soon by acts of violence.
And for every one of those names, there are thousands more that we don't know.
Sadly, yes. West Aussie women living in fear right now that a man in their life could commit such an act of violence towards them. And who do they rely on for protection? Well, ultimately, it's the WA police. But that didn't happen for Lynn Cannon.
Every death of this nature is an absolute tragedy, and it's not something the police ever accept as being reasonable.
We heard horrific new details about her murder this week ahead of the sentencing of her ex-husband, Paul Anthony Cannon. The most tragic detail of all, though, was that Lynn's family believe her death could have been prevented if police hadn't taken more than an hour to respond to 000 calls the night she was killed.
The fact that it took police so long to get to that particular call out is not acceptable.
Police Commissioner Cole Blanche admitted on Wednesday that Lynn had been let down by the police response.
Last night I watched the report on Channel 7 and saw Lynn Cannon's sisters give a very heartfelt and courageous view of a tragedy that they have suffered, and my heart was pumping because I knew my job and my police officer's job is to help people and save people.
Let down is one way of describing it. Others might say the police response was a total shit show that reflects major issues in the system. The Commission also said the cops working that night were otherwise occupied at other DV calls.
There are always people at need, but this time Lynn was let down and Lynn died.
If you read between the lines, it seems fair to assume that there must be so many DV calls coming in that police literally can't keep on top of them, and someone died as a result. So what the was Deputy Commissioner Alan Adams on about a few weeks ago when he claimed WA Police had, and I quote, plenty of resources to deal with family and domestic violence? Adams said something similar back in April when a police whistleblower alleged chronic cop shortages meant family violence cases were at risk of not being investigated quick enough or thoroughly enough. Getting it right in the vast majority of cases probably isn't much comfort to the families who've lost loved ones when police didn't get it right.
Some uncomfortable scenes in US politics right now.
Mitch McConnell. He's the leader of the Republican Party in the American Senate, and he's had another bizarre freeze in public.
What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
You can just see the lights go out. There's no one home. Now, he suffered a concussion back in March after a fall, so maybe that has something to do with it. But one thing's for sure, it seems like elder abuse for the Republican Party to keep trotting the 81-year-old out in front of the media, waiting for another one of these incidents to happen. The poor bastard is also copping a mountain of shit on social media, with some very unkind people now referring to him as Glitch McConnell.
Gee, so why doesn't he just retire?
Well, it's not that simple. The veteran senator represents a pre-Trump vision of conservative politics, and if he chucks it in, the new GOP senator leader could be one of the newer pro-Trump types.
We won the day.
That are getting a lot more common. And if that happens, the shitty state of US politics will get even worse.
I don't see how it could get any worse.
So that's why I'm hoping Mitch can fix his glitch.
Could be a glitch at the G20.
Well, there's always a little horse trading that goes on when the world's most powerful leaders get together on the sidelines of the G20.
You know, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours.
Well, Jules, the funny thing about my back is that it's located on my...
But forget horse trading. The organisers of next week's event in Delhi are worried about monkey business. Ooh. The Indian capital has a huge monkey population, and local authorities feel the animals will disrupt the summit.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
This is not a joke. So to fix the problem, they're putting up cutouts of bigger, scarier monkeys in the hope it'll frighten away the little ones. But that's not even the best bit. In case the cutouts don't do the job, Delhi authorities have got a bunch of professional langur monkey impersonators. And it's not the first time they've used them. They've been deployed in the field since 2014.
This is to scare the monkey away. The monkey thinks a langur is around the corner, and this one, and then this one.
blurring the line between man and ape. What could possibly go wrong? I'm Ben O'Shea.
So weird.
For more Up Late, click the subscribe button below.